Rajeen. Assalamu alaikum students. I am Dr. Rizwan Akhtar. We continue our discussion on the topic of anemia. Our today's topic of discussion is hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? What are the functions of hemoglobin? And what is the end product of hemoglobin in human body? Okay students, let's start. Hemoglobin is a combination of two matters, heme plus globin. Heme is iron, it's a metal, and globin, it's a protein. It's a globular protein. So hemoglobin is a combination of iron with globular proteins. Students, in human body, there are three different types of hemoglobin normally. Adult hemoglobin, which is called hemoglobin A. It is present in adult life soon after birth. Number second, hemoglobin F, fetal hemoglobin. It is present in the fetus, and when the fetus is born, this fetal hemoglobin starts converting into adult hemoglobin. And number third is hemoglobin A2. Students, there are almost more than 200 variants of hemoglobin in different parts of the world. We don't call them as abnormal hemoglobin. Instead, we call them as variants of hemoglobin. For example, hemoglobin S. It is present in sickle cell anemia disease. In sickle cell anemia disease, because of the presence of hemoglobin S, red blood cells become sickle shaped or moon semilunar shaped. Now we discuss functions of hemoglobin. Students, the main function of hemoglobin is it transports oxygen from arterial circulation to the tissues. Oxygen binds with the iron component of the hemoglobin. This iron of hemoglobin must be in the form of ferrous. When iron is in the ferrous form, oxygen will rapidly attach with the heme component of the hemoglobin. And this oxygen is carried to different tissues of the bodies for their normal function. Number second function, students. Hemoglobin washes out carbon dioxide from the tissues back into venous circulation. Hemoglobin, it washes out carbon dioxide from the tissues into the venous circulation. So we can say that hemoglobin acts as a buffer and maintains the body pH. The normal blood pH is 7.4, and it's the function of the hemoglobin, students, to maintain the blood pH 7.4 so that different enzymes, coenzymes, hormones, they become active metabolites at the normal pH. Number fourth function. Hemoglobin is needed by macrophages, alveolar cells in the lungs, and mesangial cells in the kidneys. Students, this fourth point is very important from clinical aspects. As hemoglobin is needed by macrophages for their normal functioning, any deficiency of hemoglobin leads to the decreased functioning of anti-inflammatory macrophages. As a result, infections are not efficiently controlled by the human body. Alveolar cells in the lungs. Students, when there is decreased hemoglobin levels in the body, alveolar cells in the lungs, they become inactive, and as a end result, human develops lower respiratory tract infections repeatedly. Okay? And third, mesangial cells in the kidneys. For normal functioning of the kidneys, mesangial cells, they require hemoglobin. And we see that in cases of renal failures, patient develops rapid decrease in the hemoglobin. Fifth point, hemoglobin interacts with other ligands. For example, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, cyanide, sulfide, hydrogen sulfide. Students, again it's an important point from clinical aspect. Carbon monoxide, it very rapidly binds with hemoglobin, and that's why you have mostly heard in winter season that oh by chance 2 to 3 people died of carbon monoxide poisoning when their room heater remained lighted throughout the night. This is because carbon monoxide, which was produced in the combustion of room heater, it very quickly combines with human HB and leads to respiratory arrest. Similarly, cyanide poisoning. It's very lethal and very efficient in development. Next point, sixth, hemoglobin maintains the biconcave shape of the RBCs. The normal shape of RBCs is biconcave. That is, edges are raised and center is depressed. This normal shape of the RBCs is maintained by hemoglobin. Hemoglobin gives red color to the RBCs. Students, hemoglobin is degraded in the monocytes and macrophages. When red blood cells die off after completing their normal lifespan, the hemoglobin present in the RBCs, it is converted into ferritin, and this ferritin is stored in the tissues for later use. The end product of hemoglobin degradation is bilirubin. This bilirubin, it is converted into bile, which is used in intestines by the gallbladder. This bilirubin is converted into urobilinogen, and this urobilinogen is present in human feces, and it gives golden yellow color to the human stools. Okay, this was short about hemoglobin, its function and its significance. Thank you students. Allah Hafiz.